Are you the prey? We are the hunters.
What up, it's your boy T-Bear here with a reaction about to do another top 10 anime. This did sad as death though, so I need to do a couple lighter ones or some exciting ones. So this one is another top 10 anime battles. So this came from the last one. This was made in 2015, so let's see if any ones that was missed on the first one is on this one. So let's check it out. It's like BB's fight.
Like it. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down another top 10 anime battles. So, at last, you're gonna
Black
find
Butler,
me
I gotta
seriously.
find a good version of
For this
that.
list, we've compiled some of the most brutal
I
and
gotta find the original
action-packed
version
fight
of this
scenes in
one.
the genre. We'll be
Berserk.
restricting ranking battles from
I got
anime
the
series
anime,
and
the new
not
new
movies.
3D anime.
We'll also be counting down one battle per series.
Afro!
You ready to die like your pappy?
Yeah, Pepe.
Lastly, be sure to check out our first list of the top 10 anime battles. Please enjoy, but beware of spoilers.
I can fight her too! Just go! This is our best course of action!
Number 10, Simone versus the Anti-Spiral. Gurren Lagann.
You use your spiral power to satisfy your own desires and grow drunk on it! It's your fundamental limitation!
What anime fan doesn't enjoy an old-fashioned riveting mech battle? The final battle between the leader of the Dai Gurren and
My
the Spiral
girlfriend hate
King not
mechs.
only tested the capabilities of
And
both
then-
their Gurren Lagann, but also their unwavering
What's
determination. Don't
even
underestimate.
worse about her not liking mech that she hates? She don't like Voltron. That's my favorite anime of all time. What sucks. But anyway.
Us. We don't care about time or space or
Fool.
multi-dimensional whatevers. Despite the backup Simone had from various members of the team, he proved to be vastly overpowered.
We say no, 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 not at all!
After abandoning both their Lagans to take the battle mano a mano, Simone impales the Anti-Spiral with his last screw attack, exploiting his only weakness.
Dragon! Impact!
Number 9, Afro versus Jinosuke.
Afro!
Afro Samurai.
Long time no see, Afro.
Most people embrace their childhood friends with a friendly hello, or how you been? When it comes to the two most skilled swordsmen in the world, however, greetings work a bit differently.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
There you go.
I don't think a teddy bear is supposed to be walking around the damn kimono strapped with blades.
Refusing to initially draw his
Samuel
sword,
Jackson.
Afro sets the pace of the battle by creating distance and evading Jinosuke's attacks. By further antagonizing Afro and revealing his true face, Jinosuke lures Afro into committing to the fight. It isn't until Ninja sacrifices himself that Afro can focus his final blow through his opponent's life support.
Oh shit!
Number 8,
Damn.
Guts versus Zod. Berserk.
The original
Zod,
Berserk.
the immortal. He's well known and feared as a legendary fighter among mercenaries.
When battling this almighty demon swordsman, expect things to go one of two ways. 1, you die. 2, you die painfully.
You die and you die painfully. Oh shit! Oh shit! That is painful the way
Upon
he,
entering his
way he took it. He like,
seeing his
oh,
entire squadron demolished, Guts furiously charges at the 10-foot apostle. Zod's overconfidence initially leads to Guts getting the upper hand.
During the past 50 years, not a single warrior has been able to defend against my attack, except you.
Unfortunately for Guts, however, Zod has a second form, which ends up being too much for Guts to handle by himself. Number 7, Emiya Kiritsugu versus
Phase-
Kotomin Kire.
Phase Zero.
Fate Zero.
Oh my god! You got the Wolverine
Probably a
claws?
bad idea to bring a sword to a gunfight, but 6 swords does balance things out a bit. After a classic standoff, these two manifest their weapons through their mastery of mana and begin an intense fight.
Oh!
Kiritsugu's speed stops Kirei from getting the distance he needs for his ranged attacks.
Shit.
When Kirei gets the upper hand and thinks he's about to win, Kiritsugu's time-altering techniques turn the fight on its head. Utilizing the last of their strength, The two are immediately caught in a stalemate as the roof above them collapses.
Ooh, shit. That sucks. I see lights in the room.
Number
That's all
6.
that.
Kimura Kenshin versus Shishio. Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, shit.
Being born of the same war-torn era molded these two into the greatest assassins their country had ever witnessed.
I haven't enjoyed this, but I have to admit that I find your strength awesome, Shishio.
Now opposed by their differing ideas for the future of Japan, the two Ronin face off and defend their ideals with their swords. Kenshin now fights with a reverse blade sword, putting him at a disadvantage.
He parried it!
This ultimate attack has been broken!
Kenshin is as clever with his tactics as he is with his blade, and keeps the fight fast-paced and drawn out, causing Shishio to overheat. Number 5, Ichigo versus Kichiki Bakuya. Bleach.
Ooh.
Now, here is a fight that brought out the most in its characters. Placing himself in the middle of a family dispute, Ichigo faces off against Bakuya, the captain of the 6th Division of the Imperial Guard.
If you lose, I will never forgive you.
In antagonizing Bakuya, Ichigo angers the Shinigami captain, who shows both Ichigo and the longtime Bleach fans what he is capable of.
Watch carefully. Ichigo Kurosaki.
Realizing he didn't stand a chance, Ichigo finally reveals his Bankai, an upgrade to his weapon, for the first time in real combat.
Oh, shit.
You want to know who I am?
Oh, shit. Whoa! Oh,
Number
shit.
4, Alucard versus
Hellsing.
Father Anderson. Hellsing Ultimate.
I will find Alucard, and I will defeat him.
Anderson! What do you think is gonna happen if you fight him?
When trying to kill a powerful and immortal vampire, there are a few things to keep in mind. Being the best vampire hunter in the world is a good idea, and bringing the right hardware can't hurt either.
Sure.
Each brings a unique set of skills and equipment to the table, and after all we've been through in the Hellsing series, this battle is unforgettable.
For the first time, I can face a single vampire in combat. Dracula stands alone.
Anderson, severely outclassed by the much more powerful vampire,
Oh,
puts
shit.
up a valiant fight, while
Ugh.
Alucard is enjoying the
Holy
fight,
shit,
perhaps
how
a bit
that-
too much.
Show me
What a
more,
guy.
Alexander Anderson.
Yo, his arm is like hanging off. Shit. His,
Number 3, Crollo versus Silva and Zeno Zaldik.
I want to see
Hunter
this.
x Hunter.
Oh, second.
2 expert assassins versus 1 leader of a gang of thieves. Who do you think comes out on top? Crollo's masterful skill to steal others' abilities had both Zoldyck assassins, Silva and Zeno, approach with caution.
Reggie, 気をつけろ。奴は他人の能力。
What's up?
With Zeno in the
I do wanna
forefront,
see
he
Hunter
successfully
attacks.
pins Crollo to a wall with his Nen ability, giving Silva ample time to strike him down with an explosive technique.
秘めた能力が未知数である以上、命を落として動きを止めない限り、確実には仕留められない。
However, when the assassins learn that their client was killed, the Zoldyck family call off the fight and leave us all wondering who truly had the upper hand.
好きでやっとるわけじゃなし。わしはただ働きもただじにもまっぴらじゃわい。
Number 2, Vash versus Knives, Trigun.
We will use
Okay.
these guns to dispose of mankind.
Can't wait to see this matchup when it comes out.
I'm not gonna do that!
Yes, you will.
Holding a disdain for the human race is one thing, but enacting a plot to destroy them would lead these brothers to their final duel.
Oh, shoot.
The reunion between Vash and Knives immediately results in what can only be described as a cowboy duel on steroids, with an intense bout of Russian roulette.
Oh, shit.
The brothers are perfectly matched, and much of their actions mirror one another. Vash keeps a cool head, however, and his courage is what tips the balance in his favor, and when the dust settles, he comes out on top.
Damn.
Before we unveil our pick for the top
I
anime
missed-
battles,
I missed
here are
one
a
other
few
one, okay.
honorable mentions.
Aaron versus Zanny. Oh. Aaron kills a Titan. Okay. That's Sasuke and Itachi.
Your sentimentality robs from
Ryoko
true
and
ambition.
Sasuke.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so
You
kill
wanna
kill.
talk ambition? Take a look around.
Stay back.
Natsu versus Gajil.
This
Nice.
one's mine.
Oh shit.
Number 1, Asuka versus mass-produced Evas. The end of Evangelion.
Wow. Okay.
In a fight against 9 mechanized cyborgs, ferocity ends up being as important as strength. Sure, Asuka has never been the easiest person to get along with, but her aptitude as an Eva pilot and her indomitable will to succeed carries her through a battle that should otherwise mean her slaughter.
You were always protecting me,
Mm,
always watching over me.
Asuka puts up one hell of a fight as she mentally loses herself on the battlefield.
damn.
Do you agree with
Nice.
our list?
Sounds pretty good.
Which anime battle was your favorite? If there's something you think we missed, be sure to check out our first list on this topic, the Top 10 Anime Battles, and for more intense Top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
この後に及んでな。そのような理由で剣を取るのですか。
That was some good battles right there for the another top 10 anime battle though. For real though, sounds pretty good. Definitely some more animes I'm like curious to check out though. But other than that, another top 10 anime right there. So had to do another one after doing top 10 Saturday Death though. And that was definitely exciting and made up for it. So if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page. It's your boy T-Rex signing off. One love.